What's your like weirdest fan interaction?
You're going to die when I tell you this right now. I've slept with someone that has a tattoo.
Were you looking at it?
It's a big tattoo.
Like his whole chest.
I don't want to get too hard into it.
Was the tattoo visible during the act?
Yeah.
That's fucking
Was it of your face?
Yes.
Was it that she doesn't even go to your face?
Yes. It was, yeah.
Hi, welcome back to the Overheard podcast. I'm Emily, editor at OverheardLA and an Enneagram 6.
And I am Justina, the head of history at Overheard.
And our friend hanging out with us today, you may know him because he's a cultural icon, Danny Franzese. He is a comedian, podcaster, actor, and he doesn't even go here, except today he does.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you're a New Yorker.
I'm originally from New York.
Do you identify as New York or LA?
New York is my nationality. I'm Italian New Yorker. I'm an Italio-American.
Nice.
You know, so actually it's weird because I ended up moving to Diet Brooklyn, which is Fort Lauderdale. And it's like, to people in Florida, I'm a New Yorker, and to people in New York, I'm a Floridian. So I don't really care. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't even care.
So you've been in LA though for a while, right?
Almost 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. So I have the same issue. I've been in LA for 10 years and I'm like, it's not home. Like if anybody's like, where are you from? I say Chicago.
Every time I book a job, I move. It's like I was in Toronto for a year doing a show. Like it's like I'm always like moving.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always traveling. I'm always on the road. You know. I now being like a nomadic citizen of the world, I say that home is where most of your underwear is.
That's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like to wear underwear, and then
I actually have double the underwear now because I decided to get underwear and socks and t-shirts and shorts and buy them all for like Florida for the place that I have there. And that way I don't have to pack.
Okay, is there special Florida underwear? I want to know.
Probably.
Is it weirder?
It's moisture wicking.
Oh. I don't know. I'm imagining like palm trees and like dolphins on it.
I do live like a pastel fantasy out there. I do.
Yeah.
how often do you go back?
But, well, pre-Panny, I used to go like 1 week in Fort Lauderdale, 1 week in New York, and then like 3 days at a time here and there in like LA when I was on tour.
I forgot about Panini. Remember?
Oh my God.
Remember
all
how
the nicknames?
Justina and I said Panini a lot.
And the Pandemi Lovato. It's been hard.
And Demi Lovato is a good one. Florida's controversial. I love Florida though.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I like really struggle with my love of Florida. I have like a few things that are like character flaws of mine where I'm like, I really like Florida, and I feel like I'm embarrassed to say that, especially in LA. People
It's
get
not
like,
all bad.
Halt for a second.
Okay, you tell us. Because you're
South Florida is literally its own thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the big giant penis that Florida is, like the little hole in it, like the little piece of gonorrhea is Lake Okeechobee. Everything from there down is kind of normal. Like it's there up that it gets a little
Is
whack.
the little gonorrhea spot Disney World?
No, that's like an hour or two above that.
Is
Even.
Disney World the balls?
No, Disney World.
Or that would be Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
tough.
No, but that's the
day
thing.
for
Like
the
Miami
Jaguars.
is like,
Pensacola, the Redneck Riviera.
we're always told to start Overheard Miami. It's actually a city that we have not yet entered, which I know is like a totally separate thing, but we need a Florida person to start Overheard Miami if you're interested.
Overheard South Florida.
South Florida.
What? So, okay.
Floribama Shore.
Floribama.
That's different. No, because I do like to say I'm tri-coastal. I'm like East Coast, West Coast, Gulf Coast.
That's amazing. That's
But
actually.
I'm not even actually on the Gulf Coast. It's like down there. It's a whole different city. You can definitely get an Overheard South Florida, Overheard SoFlo.
It
Great.
probably
Can you
exists.
run that for us?
Yeah.
Do I have to run something else? How
Yeah,
many things am I
you
running
run
over
it
here?
for us.
I'll get you another job in case you were like.
I could probably help you find the right person.
Okay.
for
We
sure.
can't pay you, but you could just do it for free
Could
if
I
you want.
Airbnb your place and run it
Yes,
from there?
that could happen.
Okay,
My mom
great.
will make you some meatballs and spaghetti.
Oh my
Love.
God.
Yeah.
Does your mom live in Florida?
You sound
Yeah, my
so
whole
Brooklyn when you said
family
that.
lives in Florida, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my brother owns like an air conditioning place called Air Condition Army. If you need anything, if you ever need anything.
Oh my God. Plug your brother's air conditioning business right now.
Well, if you're in
hot.
Florida, you need it.
Has a fan ever sent you a picture of like you
You're
tattooed
gonna
on
die
them?
when I tell you this right now.
What's your like weirdest fan
I've slept
interaction?
with someone that has a tattoo. Like that is like.
Were you
probably-
looking at it?
I was like, this is ultimate.
Wait, tell the story.
freaking
Tell
rocks.
the story.
I don't. Wanna,
You made that person's life though.
I don't want to get too hard into it.
Okay,
but like,
how big was the tattoo and where?
It's a big tattoo.
Like his whole chest.
I don't want to say where it is, but because
Okay.
I have a bunch of people with tattoos of me online, which is very cool and I think very
like
awesome.
Is it flattering or is it?
Yeah, but
it weird?
this dude is a hottie, and he was just like, it was one, and he was like, you helped me, get through all this, and it was like, oh, cool, and then we like hung out, and then I was like, this is going somewhere. Yeah. And so,
Wow.
Was the tattoo visible during the act?
yeah.
So you're looking. Was it of your face?
Yes.
Was it that she doesn't even go here?
Yes. It was, yeah. It was hot. It was hot.
So the whole time you're like, I do go here.
Yeah. And I would do it again.
That's amazing. I mean,
When I told that to my friend, we were like screaming. It was like rock star status of like, I mean that's like ultimate.
that's
ultimate.
kind
of
of
rock star.
There's like
I mean,
no encounter that beats
and
that ever.
There was just this strange hotness about it. Like, I don't know. Literally the biggest thing I've done is like take headshots with this one photographer who my picture is all over Los Angeles. Like, he's relentless. Like, I'll go anywhere and like I'll park the car. Like,
Wait, like he just papers LA
honestly,
with
if
the
you're
original?
anywhere in LA and there's a headshot like ad like stuck to like a pole, chances are I'm in the top left-hand corner. Like,
That's hilarious.
That's
the
like a
headshot's
fun
from,
little
like,
scavenger hunt.
2009 or something like that.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
picture of me, but it's like everywhere.
2009.
One of the best things about being famous, straight out, is that like anyone who's ever messed with you, any ex, anything, they constantly have to see your face all the time. So I live.
That is really
Because I
satisfying.
know anybody that ever was like rude to me is like, you know, going to Air One and walking outside and seeing like my face, like, and I'm like, eat it. Like,
That actually is so satisfying.
yeah, I don't have a lot of haters though, but the haters I do have, they're definitely peppered.
I feel like I see your face constantly, but it's like a pleasure in my case.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like t-shirts and graffiti. I mean, it'd be nice if I got paid for all of that, but like,
True.
but still,
Okay.
you know, you get paid in revenge. You get paid in revenge.
That is real.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is worth a lot more than like some money. I'm like the revenge that you can get.
I mean, I would take the money and revenge, to be honest.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, I'd take the money too, but I'm just saying revenge is worth a
Yeah,
lot. Like
you
that
sleep.
feeling
You
feels
sleep better getting that revenge. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
worth it for your health. That like cures you from the inside out. Like,
Yes.
you know. How are the men in Florida?
Oh, it's horrible. It's so
good. Can't
bad.
be worse than the men in LA.
No, it honestly has got to be worse. Like,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Justina
Like,
was so excited about meatballs.
no. Get a man.
And scientists.
Get a man and bring him to Florida. That's better.
I can't get a man
Oh,
here.
well, that's your problem, sis.
It is my problem.
Yeah, it is that. It's very that.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's how I feel about guys in LA. I'm like, find a man and bring him to
There
LA.
isn't a pressure to grow in Florida. Like, Florida is like salt life. Like, let's all go on the boat. Let's
Yeah.
like chill. It's like there isn't a pressure to like be intellectual or like know about what's happening in politics or know about what's happening in the world. It's very a bubble. Even people there who are extremely liberal don't even understand the scope of how bad Florida is politically, because they're surrounded by people that are like used to it or feel like it's not that bad. It's this, and I'm like, no, actually, it's a dumpster
It's like
fire.
you're so inside it
Yeah,
that you can't
like
see it.
they can't, and I have to explain all the time. Like, my mom, who's lived there now since 1985, had no clue about the Florida man concept.
Wait, so she lived there, had never heard of it?
No, they like don't even know. I'm like, you understand that Florida is looked at by the rest of the country as like this really weird place. What are you talking about? And I was like, and then there's this whole thing where you put your birthday and Florida man into like a search engine, and then it comes back like with like the
Have you seen this? With
weirdest-
like a headline?
You should do it right now.
Like you type
honestly,
it, yeah, it'll tell you like
I'll
something
just
a
do it
Florida
for you.
man did.
Yeah, it's like literally like the weirdest thing that you get at. What's your birthday?
October 27th.
Okay.
Scorpio.
So you do October 27, and then you put Florida man.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is like better than a horoscope.
And it says, Florida man found with live grenade and a clown mannequin inside truck. Like,
Yep.
Wow, that's so on brand.
Actually,
that's
was
your,
me.
okay, how about you do your
This
birthday?
is like a reading. Okay, do me. May 19th.
Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, May 9th. Okay.
Maybe.
May 19th, Florida man.
Oh, no, we can't read it.
There's two. Florida man arrested after falling asleep on sofa of home, police say. I don't
Like
know.
his
And
home?
then
Wait, his own house?
this one's good too. It's
kinda mean.
Florida man gets 4 years for adding bleach to a difficult coworker's Pepsi.
Well, that's what happens when they say it's Pepsi, okay? I'm sorry.
So I had to like explain to my mom that like Florida's like bananas. Like you like, and you know, one of the coolest things I think that's weird about Florida is my generation of kids. When I was in middle school, everybody had like some kind of tropical pet. It was like the cool thing to have like an iguana or whatever. And then,
so Florida.
then when they got like too big or whatever, they just threw them in the Everglades and they flourished. And now there's a whole nother level of like evasive like lizards and snakes and things that like completely lived in the Everglades and like did well, and like now they have like teams of people that go out in the swamp and try to like extract these things from my generation.
Have you ever seen an alligator IRL?
Yeah,
Like in your yard?
like anywhere, not
Emily,
my yard.
have you never been to Florida?
I've been, but I mean, like, I know that's a thing there, but I don't go a lot.
I don't even know what that would be the equivalent of in Los Angeles, like
A pigeon?
An influencer.
an influencer.
An
like,
influencer taking pictures in front of angel wings.
That would be it. It's an influencer. Usually when
Okay.
and you know when influencers' teeth pop up, that's it's a crocodile. Like,
I actually dated a guy once that was like his whole thing. That was like, oh, I have like this cute pet. Like, let me show you. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna have like a
No,
hamster or
he
something.
had a crocodile?
He had a fucking alligator. I think crocodile. I
Wait,
don't really
that's
know
not
the difference.
legal.
But this was in Michigan, so it's like not in Florida.
whoa, what's he feeding it? And what are you doing? It's too big. You give it to the zoo.
Did
Did you date Tiger King?
I can't talk about it. Like really, it was like a repressed memory that just
Look,
came
if you're
up.
into Tiger King, guys, you might find someone in Florida.
Yeah, actually,
It is actually my type.
I'm honestly thinking, I know you say the men suck in Florida, but like, we've got all of Justina's hits.
All I heard was boat life, and I was very into it.
Well, since we are talking about pets and weird pets, our guest today coming in, we have a very exciting dog person coming in who is like the celebrity dog groomer host. We're going to meet her very soon. We also, just to go through our DMs, we asked our followers, like, what are the craziest things you guys have done for your pets? Because there's a lot of weird stuff out there. We had so many responses. We got some really good ones. So I feel like just there's a few we need to unpack, and I just want to know, like, normal or not, right? So, okay, so what do we have? Ate a dog treat to show my picky dog it tasted good.
Barf. No.
No, never.
Absolutely not.
Like be like too
Who
fucking
knows
bad.
what they put in there? Like, ugh.
But also, I'm
What
like,
if
I
it
don't
says,
care.
like, food grade?
It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying I
care.
would.
I don't even trust the food that America's
Yeah,
giving us
that's
now.
true.
Like,
That's true.
Trust like the organic food grade
not
food.
it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair
You
enough,
could eat
fair
it,
enough.
not it.
I also really liked tried crate training by sleeping on the floor next to her for a month.
No.
I mean,
Would you?
I like sleeping with animals.
On
Yeah,
the
but
floor?
would you sleep in a crate?
Oh, I don't know. Is the floor comfortable?
The floor is never comfortable.
Well, now you're
for
adding
me,
hypothetical.
And you're saying for a month, like, and she's training. Is it a baby? And you're like sleeping with the baby, and like.
I mean, that is very sweet. I have like a no nonsense rule for any tiny being. That includes human beings,
The Polish in her.
animals, all of it. I'm just like,
They have those human dog beds though. Have you seen those? They're
No.
like giant dog beds that are made for humans. So like you can
Wait,
like
so
lay
you can
in, like,
sleep with your dog?
No, it's like it looks like a little cozy dog bed, but it's giant. And so it's for you. It's for people even without dogs.
It's just
like,
for humans.
It's a human dog bed. Yeah.
If you went home with a guy and he had one of those, yes or no?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Oh, wait a second. Okay. You told us you do some dog impressions.
Well, that was a sample. Yeah.
Yeah. So what breed was that? And do you have others?
I don't know. What other kind of dog you want to hear?
a bulldog.
A bulldog? Okay.
Holy shit.
I'm in shock. That's
bulldoggy.
insane.
Do you do voiceover stuff?
You know,
Here and there.
I do it. Do I get hired for it? I don't know. This is Hollywood.
That was like really realistic.
How did you find out you had that skill set?
I think I was just barking at people. I think like college age-ish, like I used to have a friend who when we would like see like a hot guy like on the street, you know what I mean? Like in my 20s, I'd be like, and he'd be like, you got something, boy? You got something, boy? And I'd be like,
That's hilarious.
Do you ever bark at weird fans? Like if somebody was like, he doesn't even
no,
go
but
here,
it's
would you just
really
bark?
great to like hide around a corner of a hallway and like scare someone that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially like the deep ones. Imagine I'm around the hallway and you're coming
Okay, give
out
us
the
another one.
elevator at my building and you turn the corner. I'm like, they're like, oh my God. And it's just me, you know, it comes in handy in those instances.
That's such a good party trick.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that.
I can do little dogs too, like chihuahuas, like, you know, like, I don't know why. I don't know how I knew how to do it, but
That's amazing.
Yeah, where did you learn that? Florida?
I absolutely have no idea. I'm just like, I just do weird things. I'm a weirdo. That's why I'm here.
Well, yeah, we're all weirdos.
That's why there's a mic in front of me or a camera on me. It's just like weirdo time.
I love Weirdo
I'm
Time.
obsessed with that.
That should be the name of our podcast.
Welcome to the Weirdo Time.
Oh,
Stay
also,
weird.
really quickly, want to plug your pod because you have a podcast.
I do.
Tell us what
yeah.
it's called.
So my podcast is called Yas Jesus.
And you have to say it like that.
You have to say it as gay as you can.
Okay.
Like I think like Yas Jesus. Like is whatever.
Yes, Jesus.
Yeah, that's probably the better way to pronounce it. It's like yeah. Basically, it's like a sex positive, non-slut shaming, non-judgmental look at Judeo-Christianity through like the gay rainbow lens.
You're so intelligent.
It
That's
sounds more intelligent.
No, that
but
sounds like a college course. Like that's
there's
incredible.
so many like being LGBTQ has been so or anti-LGBTQ has been so politicized by Christianity and the Catholic Church and just organized religion in general that they can't even change their mind on it, even if they believe that LGBTQ people are fine. So what we do is we basically pull out the stories. There's a gay love story in the Bible between David and Jonathan in like 1 Samuel. There's like the story of Joseph and the Technicolor dream coat in 46 AD. The coat was a ketanit pasim in Arabic, which is only mentioned one other time in the Bible at Tamar's wedding, and it was a virginal princess dress. It was never a coat. And when they tell that story to us, they tell us, you know, that his brothers beat him up because they were jealous of the coat, but the coat got ripped and got lamb's blood poured on it. If they were jealous of the coat, some would have kept the coat. Like, it was more about like, you know, Joseph being genderqueer or perhaps even a trans person of color, right? And then there's so many other stories like that that are in the Bible, you know, even perspectives. There's Ruth and Naomi, who were mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, but it could be a great example for like a lesbian couple to use as a perspective. You know, so these perspectives aren't told to people, and gay people are told that they have to choose between gay and God. And I don't think that's true. And we don't think that's true. And so we're here to just say, hey, these stories are here for you. There are perspectives that you could look at, you know, and it's been really successful. I mean, we've reached people all around the world, like Paris, Tokyo, like Philippines, just getting letters from people saying that they needed to hear that. And both my co-host, Azariah Southworth, who started out on the Trinity Broadcasting TBN network as the host of a show called Remix, where he was basically like the Carson Daly of the Christian network. He would like travel with like all the bands and stuff like that. But when they found out he was gay, they kicked him out, and you know, he kind of lost his trajectory in media. But now he's back reclaiming his pride, and we're kind of doing this together, just sort of like, you know, we're both conversion therapy survivors as well. But it's just, you know, a really interesting way to sort of break open, you know, what we've been taught and what we've been sort of conditioned and to believe, because I feel like a lot of people who follow religion rely on a spiritual leader, like a pastor or a priest or whatever, to tell them what the Bible says instead of searching it for themselves and finding out what the perspective is. So
that's really cool. You contain multitudes, I gotta say.
I'm so excited to listen to that.
Our reflective surface on Yes Jesus is maybe this tiny little mirror, and we're shooting like a little prismatic light into like a little dark corner that gets no light. Like, and I think that's like one of the things I'm the most proud of in my career is like being able to like foster that for people who just needed a little bit of light.
That's so beautiful. Our very special guest, Jess Rona, is here. She is, quote, the world's most famous dog groomer, and Katy Perry called her the Vidal Sassoon of dogs. She's also an actor, author, Aries, and is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, that sums up my whole identity. Soon to be podcaster,
Improv,
yes.
comedian.
Improv comedian, yeah.
It's all very LA, like your list of
You are
titles.
like the essence of Los Angeles.
I am. It's kind of embarrassing, but also I'm going to step into it and own it.
And a follower and submitter to OverheardLA, right? You've sent
I
stuff
haven't
in.
submitted, but I'm a huge fan. No,
You gotta write that stuff down.
She's busy getting acupuncture.
How do you become like the celebrity dog groomer? Like, we just want to know.
Oh my God.
Because we have aspirations.
No, really?
I mean,
no.
No, not me. I have no aspirations.
No, I have
in
no
life.
skills. I have aspirations, but I have no skills. So
I feel like you can't not groom a celebrity's dog if you live in LA. Like, they're just everywhere. But I did have an in.
One.
I did have an in. My husband's an actor. And
okay.
Nepo baby.
Yes, I'm a Nepo wifey.
Nepo wifey is good.
I think one of the first celebrity, I mean, I used to work in Toluca Lake and we would groom some celebrity dogs, but I quit that job and I started working in my garage so I'd have more time to go on auditions, which is hilarious.
That's amazing.
Because as an actor, you don't go on auditions very often. And so I just started this business and I would hand out flyers. Like I had no clients. Well, very few. And because it was a private little home, like there was no sign, there was nothing. But so I guess I should just name drop a little bit.
I mean, can you?
This is LA.
We
This is
haven't
Overheard LA.
we
Might as well
haven't
name
signed
drop.
NDAs, so like go for it.
I don't think it's a big deal. I've talked about it before. So Melanie Linsky and Jason Ritter used to have these parties.
Love them.
And they would play this game Mafia. And I would see all kinds of fancy people there. And I'm from LA though. So I would see, you know, famous people, and I'm not, you know, I wouldn't, it's like, okay, because it's like I kind of just grew up with it. So it's not like a huge crazy thing. But I went to this Mafia night and I met a bunch of celebs, and that was one in. That's how I met Sarah from Tegan and Sarah, and I ended up directing one of their music videos, which for 100 times, check it out, YouTube.
Oh my God, you're also a director. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But that's how I met them, and I met Natasha Lyonne through them, and I think that's how I met Natasha. Anyway, so that was one thing. And then also my husband is very good / best friends with Jake Johnson from New Girl. And so I started grooming Jake's dogs, Zoe's dogs from New Girl, all the hair and makeup people from New Girl, and so everybody started coming to me. And then what would happen is, actually, the Melanie Linsky thing, that's how I met Tamra, who is Katy Perry's assistant. That was like my biggest celebrity.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
So I overheard a story that
Thank
that
you.
Katy Perry likes a puppy like at every one of her stops on her tour.
Wait,
it's
like part of her
It's like
rider?
part of her rider is that there's like a local puppy.
Really?
And then from my understanding, that there's a local puppy that they bring that she plays with right before she goes out on stage, and
That's
then they like
hilarious.
put the puppy on Instagram to get it adopted or whatever.
Oh, that's actually like
I
a
think it's
great
like the
idea.
nicest thing I've ever heard, and even if it's not true,
I want it.
tell everyone.
Tell us it is.
I don't think it is.
Somebody do that.
Katy
Take that.
Perry, DM us and please let us know either
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
Somebody do that because
Yeah, that's
like,
such a good idea. I thought this was going to end sadly, like every time the
I'm
dog
not,
is
I'm not
just.
a bummer.
No, that's such a good story.
Yeah.
That's so, oh man. There
love
must
that.
be a puppy at every stop of my tour.
Please.
Yeah, right?
I think everyone deserves to like just lay in a pile of puppies at least once in their
Oh,
life.
100%. That's my
Like I
dream
could
life.
smell that right now. It sounds so good.
That's incredible.
Does it?
Puppies, puppy breath.
Puppy?
You may be over it. Maybe you're like.
Are you over
maybe
the puppy?
You are LA, so you must be jaded.
I am.
Do are cute dogs still like really cute too? Or are you
love
super
them.
jaded?
No, I love cute dogs, but I
Yeah.
just can't look at an average dog without being like, I need to groom it. I need to fix the haircut.
And so you're obviously really good at what you do. Otherwise, all these celebrities wouldn't be booking you and stuff.
Yeah, you know that saying, luck is opportunity meets preparation? I feel like that is what happened.
I saw that on LinkedIn once.
I
Really?
believe that. That's the real truth.
Do people ever say like, "Hey, can I get a blowout too?"
Oh, for like humans?
Yeah, like do they ever want you to groom them? Like
Not
their dog's hair is so
seriously.
nice.
I did a bit for like this show on YouTube years ago when I was still grooming out of my garage. I have a brick and mortar now on Larchmont.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
on Larchmont,
Okay, Rich.
We heard it.
Yeah.
We heard it. We know.
Jess Rona grooming on Larchmont. But I did this bit where these two girls, God, I forget the name of the show. It was We Need a Fact Checker or whatever. But two girls went in my bathtub and I bathed them. It was a bit for a show. It was actually really fun.
That's hilarious.
It was really fun. I got to do their hair. It felt like a sleepover kind of, but weird. But I do groom my husband. I shaved his neck hair last night, not to brag.
Oh wow.
Different clippers or same clippers?
Different clippers. I have used dog clippers on him.
It's an important distinction.
Are dogs easier to groom than people? You think
No.
harder?
She's
I'm
like, my husband has fleas.
You can't tell a dog to sit still.
True.
I kind of describe it as like you're in the back of a Jeep going off road and you have shears in your hands and you're trying to sculpt something. Like it's just, sometimes it's just chaos.
Oh, it's like when Steve-O got a tattoo while he was like on the back of like a
that a
like
thing?
a Jeep. Yeah, he was getting it's like one of the Jackass things.
Wait, I want to talk about what are those things that you put the dog in? Like I've seen these at like
Oh, when
grooming
they're
places.
hanging?
They're like like they
Oh, like
literally
the
look
hammock
they're
thing?
suspended.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
I think that makes it easier to clip their nails.
Oh, it's
I don't.
I was like,
yeah,
what's
I
going
think
on in
so.
there? It's very
very
scary.
supportive.
I always see that and I'm like, that kind of looks nice. Like it looks
Yeah.
like
I
it feels
think
good, like a weighted blanket.
It
or
kind of
something.
like stresses me out. Like
Oh.
I'm like, why are they in there? Why,
No,
are they
I'm
okay?
with you. I want to hang in it.
I wanna
Like,
hang in
wanna
that
just be,
hammock, like-
suspended with my limbs through like
Yeah.
underwear holes. Like I'm like into it.
I don't know
There's
that I can
something
get on board
sensory
with that.
that
yeah, I can see both sides. I don't use that. but I've seen those for sure.
I would rather be that than the pedicure chair. I don't like that massagey pet. My mom loves like.
Oh, I don't like those.
Oh, I love that shit.
No, I hate it.
Because it comes on really
It doesn't
hard.
even feel good.
And then it changes modes and you start going like,
You have to know your setting. Like you go in, you have to only like it has to be like rolling. It cannot be the
Kneading.
thing.
The buttons
Kneading or
never
rolling.
work.
Yeah.
No, because the one
The
that like
buttons
is
are a
like
scam.
assaulting you from the back, and they're like
It's like that
pissed at
4D
you.
movie thing. I think I saw Minions and I had bruises. Like I stunk like wet banana and I had like bruises.
Wet banana.
to
Yeah,
the
because they
4D
like
movie.
Hold on, we
spray
need to
sense
unpack
at
that.
you. Like they spray sense at you.
Universal?
Wait, you got injured at
it's
the
like-
Minions
No,
movie?
at the movie theaters, they have the 4DX or whatever. It
They
depends on what
spray
you're.
stuff
Yeah,
at you,
they do.
4DX?
The Minions
Oh,
are like
that's what that
"Hachoo,"
means?
and then it's like you're getting like
How
it's
fun.
no, it's not.
But you smell like banana?
Well, whatever they have sense. They're trying to like
Chemicals
really.
they're throwing at you.
I don't like it at all.
Wow.
I kind of want to go to one.
all right,
though.
this is why
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
would
going to
do
the
that.
Minions
No,
movie.
they punch you in the back. Like you're like, what's going
I
on?
like
It's just
that.
not comfortable.
I feel like that could be good for
No,
me.
well, you
I have
also like the
sciatica.
chair. I'm not into it.
I didn't even know that's what that was. It's like a
I thought it was just like
3D
3D
plus.
glasses.
No,
plus
the chair
one.
moves like constantly. You're getting like whiplash. Like you've got to be 12. Like I get on there and I walk off and I need like a full readjustment.
Being here in LA, a lot of people say I have a New York energy, but I lived in New York and everybody was like, "Oh, Cali girl," like saying I'm such a California girl.
That's
Yeah.
so interesting. You're giving New York right now. To
Yeah,
me.
Really?
you do
Yeah.
kind
You
of
have
give
city
me East
vibes.
Coast.
You have
Yeah.
city vibes.
I'm
You're
a city girl.
You're a city
Yeah.
gal.
But I'm still a hippie.
But I think that's because
Yeah.
you're like cool
Ish.
because the people that are like from LA are very like cool.
Are you from LA?
No, I'm from Brooklyn originally, and then
Oh,
Florida,
okay.
and then that. But I've been here forever. I'm from. We were talking about this earlier. I'm a citizen of the world.
Okay. My mom's from Brooklyn, so I feel like that
All
gives
right.
me like the New Yorkie splash.
Brooklyn moms are my thing.
I love a Brooklyn mom. Brooklyn moms now are a lot different than they were.
I know. I'm
Like-
online. Shit, Italian moms say that's me. I just like my mom, and I'm constantly like, lock the top lock. Like, yeah, yeah, it's very that. Don't open the door for anyone, even if it's Grandpa Eddie. It's very that.
Wait, can we go back to the dog treat? Would you eat a food grade dog treat?
No.
Thank you. See,
Definitive.
See, from a pro.
I didn't say I would. Why are you looking at me like
I
no?
thought you did. You were just
You
like
were-
giving.
you were, like,
playing
kinda licking your lips a little bit.
You were giving a little devil's advocate in that moment.
I was being a little devil's advocate. I was being a little devil's avocado.
devil's.
I was being devil's avocado in that moment.
No, I just
So-
can't. I just wouldn't. Although Just Food for Dogs is like they cook it
Wait,
in this kitchen.
Can we talk about Just Food for Dogs? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah, I
feel
love
like
them.
Just
My
Food for
dogs,
Dogs. I learned about when I moved to LA. Like we all had those jobs. I was working at like a very tiny company, and they had a dog that was ancient, like a dog that was like on its way out. They started feeding it Just Food for Dogs. That dog like got a second life. Mm-hmm. What the fuck are they putting in that food?
What are they putting in
don't-
our food? It's like, you know.
Well, what are they putting in that food that's not in my
Yeah.
food? I'm like, that dog revived, like thrived, was like all of a sudden like walking through the
Is it like
neighborhood.
homemade dog food? Like it's not
they
like
cook it
it's
there.
cooked.
Like
Oh, wow.
and
Like
like
it's a
the
restaurant.
special days of like we have turkey and macaroni
Well, see, the
one
one thing
day.
I never liked about dog food is that it's the same thing every day, and it's like a kibble with like a
Yeah.
piece
Yeah.
of someone. I had a neighbor who used to said, she had a schnauzer named Lyle, and she would like, Lyle won't eat food unless we put cottage cheese in it. I'm like, well, how did the dog know that you were gonna mix cottage cheese? Like, you created this little monster.
Wait, no, this is my mom to a T. Like, I don't have a dog because I live in an apartment in LA and I like want a big dog. But my mom has a German Shepherd who she loves more than she loved any of her children. I would just like to be really clear on. And they have an evening ritual where like my mom is like making a sandwich and like Zara is the dog's name. And she knows that
chic.
it's sandwich time, which is it's Polish, so we call it kanapki time. And like
Oh.
she hears my mom like opening like the deli meat, and she comes like out of a dead sleep, like she is passed out in her doggy bed, and she's like. And she like runs over, and I'm like, you created this fucking monster. She's like, look at her. She's like, and I'm like, hello? Like she discovered the fucking Polish sausage? Like, what are you talking about?
I want to
Like,
participate in kanapki time.
it's the best time of the evening, actually. It's like my favorite part of like the evening ritual in that household. It's so good.
so cute. Oh, I had another question for you because we were discussing this and I was trying definitively.
Please.
People that look like they're dogs
Yes.
or dogs look like they're people. I feel like
Yes.
it's like a chicken or the egg thing. In your opinion as an expert, is it one
Do
way
you
or the
ever
other?
cut someone's dog's hair to look like them because you
I
can?
have done
Yeah,
that.
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
that's
do you?
kind of cool.
I have done that, and I do.
Or do you do it the other way
think
around?
People look like their dogs. I think my poodle really looks like my husband.
Interesting.
That's incredible.
I even make a joke like,
I used to have a Jack Russell that looked like Aaron Eckhart.
Really?
Like straight up.
Hot.
I need to see a photo.
Do you have a picture?
I want 2 dogs. I'm afraid to say this because it's like giving away a baby name, but I really want 2 Pomeranians, and you're gonna cut them. I want them cut like little lions, you know,
Okay.
and then I
Stop
want.
telling me what to do.
Sorry,
You're
and
gonna
I'll
cut
let you
them.
just do your thing.
Thank you.
Okay, and I want
an
their names
artist.
to be Dude and Bro.
That's amazing.
So I could be like,
That's great.
dude, come here, bro, stop, dude, let's go, dude, bro, come on, like,
I love that.
right?
Yes.
And then if I have to get a third one, like if my partner wants it, then I'll name it Guy. So I'll be like, dude, bro, Guy, let's go. Like it's really what I want.
That actually brings up a good point. Do you, like, when they come to you, do you have the vision, or do you let
Yeah.
like the person tell you, like, oh, I want this
I have
shorter?
the vision.
You have the
And I
vision.
also have an
Really?
opinion on a lion cut.
Oh.
So like the really cool.
Want a lion cut?
I have
You don't like a lion
opinions.
cut on a Pomeranian?
Let's talk double coats, shall we?
I don't know what
Double
Because
coats?
Poms have a double coat. They have this cottony undercoat and this glossy guard coat.
Yes.
And so when you cut a Pom coat down, you damage the coat pretty much. Yeah, you
Yeah, but
can
see,
do it.
I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
This is going to be controversial. I don't think Pomeranians are cute when they have long hair. Same thing with Shih
Okay.
Tzus. Like,
Okay.
And I also think it's like really hard to manage. And I
Yeah.
love when they're like little softies. Like I love a
Yes.
little like
It's
shaved
not
up
like you
softie.
can't do it. It doesn't really hurt them. It just ruins their coat. So if you don't care about that, cut them short. It's cute.
Yeah, it's also hot. Like outside, you know.
That it doesn't cool them off.
Oh, okay, well,
Let me educate the masses.
we're learning.
I love
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
this.
Attention, everyone. If you have a double coated dog,
Let me ask you a question. Do you find Pomeranians to be well behaved when you're taking care of them?
some of them.
Or like, what is the most well-behaved dog when no one's around?
Ooh, that's a
that you're
good
like,
question.
oh yes, you have one of
Oh,
those. I'll
like-
take them.
Mutts, just sweet
a
little
mutt.
rescue mutts.
Yeah,
I
mutts
mean,
are the best.
every dog is. I mean, I groom purebred $1 million doodles that are so well behaved.
$1 million doodle.
You know what I mean?
$1 million
Can that
dollar
please be the name of your podcast?
I do $1 million doodle coming to Bravo this
Hi,
fall.
welcome to $1 million Doodle.
Where we tour the homes of dude. No, I don't know.
I think the $1 million doodle is like maybe medicated a bit. No, I feel like everybody that I know that has a doodle is like meting them a
it's
bit.
pretty
What, like
rare.
all the
It's pretty
all
rare.
the doodles are stoned.
Deep
All the doodles are a
conspiracy
little
over
bit
here.
stoned. It's not a conspiracy. I just think that they're like high anxiety, aren't they?
Wow.
Typically, yes. But you know who owns the most well-behaved doodle? It's a celebrity.
Who?
Can you tell us?
Busy Phillips.
Oh,
Yes,
I know the dog
Gina.
that stands on the table. I love that dog.
Gina is one of
Congrats,
the most
Busy.
well-behaved, coziest, schmoopiest, tiniest babies.
What is your most frequently used emoji? And I want to know from you too. Like, what
The
is
melting
your?
face.
Me too. Melting
Or
face
the
is my
upside
number
down
one.
smile.
I love
That's
the
like
upside
my
down
number
smile.
two.
Is
Use
very big.
either of those. I've got to get
What's
into
your
those.
number
What's
one?
your?
The Italian hand is like my number
that's
one.
it.
that's a
Italian.
good one.
That makes a
And
lot
you
of
can
sense.
actually like.
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
You're a real
like, I
Italian.
use that so much.
I also use the dancing lady.
I use
when I'm to
cartwheel a
celebrate.
lot,
Oh.
but I
Okay,
use cartwheel
cartwheel.
sarcastically, like I'm cartwheeling off a cliff, not like I'm
Gotcha.
actually excited.
We had a moment in our careers where we were cartwheeling off a
For
lot
legal
of
reasons,
Oh my
this
God, I
is
have
a
a
joke.
hysterical emoji story real quick.
Tell us.
So my mom was like flirting with this guy online. My mom's like going through her Stellar, got her groove back
Denise.
phase. Denise.
Love.
She just had double hip replacements. I went home and like got her back to life. You know, we went and got her like new glasses and her hair done and her nails, you know, did a whole
Okay.
mom
Love.
revamp.
Denise.
And, you know, she's killing it right now, killing it, right? And so she's flirting with this guy in line. It's one of the first guys I see her like flirting with. And she's like, what should I write? And I'm doing that thing where like, I'm looking at Instagram and I'm texting my phone while I'm like answering her questions.
Oh no.
She's flirting with a man while healing from a double hip replacement.
Yeah, it was
What
a
a
light
legend.
flirt. It was
That's
just
some
like a guy from
BDE
Italy. It was a
if I've
chef
ever
from
seen
Italy who's like, you're very beautiful, you know, like, and she's like,
Where is Denise meeting a chef from Italy?
Instagrams. Okay, so she's talking to this guy,
I'm gonna call
and
Denise.
she goes, he was in Chicago and he was doing something, and she was like, this is what I wrote. You know, and then she was like, and then I'm gonna put the blue Frozen face or whatever, right? And she did, and you know, because she was saying it was cold in Chicago. She was telling me about emojis, and I'm like, she's like, is that right? And I already planned this joke, so I knew what she was doing. And I was like, yeah. And then she sent it, and I'm like, let me see. And I went, Ma, you put blue cum face? She's like, what do you mean? Because, you know, he has
'Cause
like
he's
the
dripping?
icicles. It looks like, she goes, wait, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, you put blue cum face. And she's like, she saw in my face that I was kidding. And we both started laughing so hard.
Oh my
and she also
fucking God.
didn't know how to take it off. And we had like we had 30 seconds of like not breathing.
Oh
where
my
we
God.
I
just
will
both-
never
and then-
see that
we were
Blue
both in
cum
that
face the
state.
same
we were
ever
both in that
again.
state of like,
so
is this
funny.
real or not? And then I went, I'm told. Listen to me. Nobody in the world thinks that's blue cum face.
Well, now we all
but
do.
me. That's
so
not even
funny.
a thing. And it was so funny. So now I told my friends about it. So my mom, every time she texts my friends, sends them a blue cum face.
What if when
dying.
this
So
podcast
funny.
comes out, you like start something?
Good.
Like blue cum face is on the map because
Yeah,
you
if
started
you are a
it.
Latin man that's into blue cum face, please get
At
into
What's
the
Up,
DMs.
Danny?
Just get in the DMs, Poppy.
that.
Before we wrap up, we did want to ask you a big question that all of us had, because we have people like sending in their super LA dog names. We just know that you like hear all of it. We asked once like, what's the most LA dog name you've ever heard? I'm not even joking. We got over 25 Erewhons. Like there's at least 25 people in LA that have named their dog Erewhon.
hate that.
We got like
it
Xanax,
actually is not a bad
Nobu,
dog name though.
Twink,
That's
Estro, Raya, OJ. So
Oh, no.
we wanted to know from you, what is like give us like a few, the most LA dog names you've ever heard. Like,
Oh my God.
do you have any? Yeah, look at the other. We've got
Indica's cute.
Indica's cute.
God, the dog's name's God.
Tiny Sir William of Mykonos.
I mean, oh my God. Now I got to rack my brain. We have, I mean,
Or have you
LA,
gotten an
though.
Erewhon? Like,
No.
they can't afford you. The people who name their dog Erewhon.
Somebody named their dog Penelope Cruz.
Oh, and they sent a pic.
I like Anderson Cooper. That's very
Yeah.
cute.
Cute. Someone just booked an appointment and their dog's name is Carmela Soprano, which is not LA, but really hilarious.
But I love that. Wait. Do your dog name for Jess.
Oh yeah.
Jess, you have to hear
Yeah,
that.
give me
Please.
a dog or size of a dog. And
Medium?
medium. Okay.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
I couldn't think of a better impression.
Thank you.
I was gonna say I was nervous for a second that she was gonna be like, that was
And then-
shit.
No,
I got
nailed
a
it.
bigger one.
Okay. Wow, is there a Great
That's
Dane in
insane.
here? I'm
And then
terrified.
a small one.
Yep, that's your
What
Pomeranian.
if you just come to every episode of the podcast and just
Okay.
pretend there's a different dog in the room?
Okay. Whatever.
I really just want to say I love like human names for dogs.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
We
That's
have
my
a
favorite.
Bill the corgi. Yeah,
I had a
and
Todd and a Henry in the house.
Todd. Yes.
What are your dogs named?
Mimu and Choopy?
Oh,
What kind
Yeah.
of dogs are they?
Choopy Sharon Rona Edelstein is a she's a Sato.
A member of the tribe.
She's a member of the tribe.
Nice.
She's a Sato. They're these Puerto Rican street dogs. And Mimu is a little poodle mix. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a dog breed that you like won't like? You're like, this is not for me. Like,
yeah.
I
I
won't do that.
don't
you won't
love I don't love Wheaten Terriers and I don't love Bernedoodles.
I need to Google Wheaton Terrier.
Oh,
I don't know
interesting.
what that is.
Bernedoodles, I mean, they're so popular right now.
What's a Bernedoodle? What's the other?
Bernie's Mountain
Googling.
Dog standard
They're
poodle.
very, very
Oh,
cute.
okay.
Wheaton Terrier?
Is it just hard or what's the?
They're cute, but they're insane.
So my favorite breeds are like King Charles Cavaliers. I think
So
they're adorable.
cozy.
dog?
I like the Brussels Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Oh,
cute with the
very
little
cute.
beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love a Jack Russell. I love any kind of terrier.
Okay.
Literally, and a terrier mutt is like my heart is like warmed over.
Yeah.
Oh, those
They are really
cute.
cute.
They're
They
cute
feel
and,
too
and-
muppety and
me, they're
fluffy.
all-
like,
yeah, they
they're like-
remind me of that
They don't know where their
Muppet-
limbs are.
yeah.
The Muppet
they're-
that has like the crazy legs, you know?
No,
That
which one? Which Muppet?
I can't name drop Muppets on the spot.
Oh my god, a Muppet
come
with
back to
crazy
you.
legs?
Like
Who
the
is
big,
that even?
the big like furry limb
Like
I know
one.
which one you're talking about, but
Like
I don't know the
Animal.
names either.
Animal.
I could do a baby animal from Muppet Babies impression, like la 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 la. That's like all I got.
That's pretty
You're
good.
killing it. You're on fire today.
Thank you.
Sheepadoodles are harder than Bernedoodles.
Sheepadoodles.
Never heard of
All
it.
right,
English
Googling. Hold on.
sheepdog.
I'm
Anything with
Googling
a
that.
doodle's a little wild though, right? They're a little
Yeah,
like
that's why when I said earlier about Gina, she's like such a rare doodle. But I think it's also because she's groomed every week and she gets like
Every
a weekly
week?
bath.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
What a life.
Dogs can get a weekly bath.
Here's a sheepadoodle, everyone.
Oh, but a grooming, those are so cute though. Oh my God.
The longer you want the coat, the more
I don't like when
high
you can't
maintenance
see
it
the
is.
eyes.
Yeah,
It creeps me out.
neither. Yeah,
Oh,
I want to see the eyes.
let the baby see. Yeah, I'm with you
Let
on
the
that.
baby see.
Yeah.
Has there any like has anyone ever just brought a dog to you that you're like no? Like, do you turn people down because you're like I don't like your dog?
Yeah. It's
Hairstylists in LA do
You
that.
said that was so good.
It was very out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want that kind of silent
You could
power.
give us
Here's
like
the
a
deal.
blind
I don't
hint
think
on any
so.
celebrities with terrible
Take your
dogs,
Bernedoodle
please.
away from me.
we don't have cages at my shop, so the dogs have to be okay with other
have to be
dogs.
well behaved, yeah.
So sometimes with unfixed male dogs, they're like trying
Always
to
the
fuck
unfixed
everything,
male.
Always
trying
the
to like
unfixed
hump
male.
Is that
everything.
wild nutsack. They're like,
Yes, it's the wild nutsack syndrome. It's a syndrome. But those are the people that were like, and it's not always dogs like that, but it's like really distracted dogs because we're trying to, scissor their face.
And you're not putting him in one of
And-
those hammocks. So
That
so
goes over well in West Hollywood.
yeah.
you and I were both going like, how do
Power
we?
lesbians. Power lesbians are all of a sudden their ears perked up like.
She said scissor face and we're like,
Yeah, and I winked at you. I winked at
I
you
felt it.
because you knew what I was. Because it's more like Silver
I
Lake.
love a
these
dirty
days.
pun.
Yeah, there's some celebrities that I wish I could groom their dogs, like Ariana Grande.
Yeah,
and
who's
Miley
your dream?
Cyrus? Miley Cyrus would be like, I'm such a
What
fan.
kind of dog does Miley Cyrus
Miley, call her.
I know she has a
Hey, Miley.
bunch. I know she has like a few dogs. Lady Gaga. Ariana
Oh, her
Grande.
dog
Lady
they got-
Those are
She got her-
controversial
she has
dogs.
Frenchies,
You want
but I
really
think she's
controversial
fine.
The
dogs.
Frenchie that
That's
got, didn't her
fine.
Frenchie get like kidnapped?
Yeah,
Lady
but
Gaga
they're
style?
okay. I think they're okay.
I think they're
Yeah.
back.
Frenchies need baths because their folds get yucky.
I love bulldogs, like a French bulldog and like all of the bulldogs. That's all I
Yes.
want.
They're so stinky though. You need to bathe them professionally.
Yeah, I can't deal with stinky dogs. I'm very clean when I have a dog. I'm always like washing their paws when they get inside. I'm very like that person.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get like corn chip feet.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you: Are the celebrity dogs trained well? Like, or are they like? Is that
Yeah.
something? Because I feel
Well, they
like
have like nannies. and
Well,
stuff,
but here's
too,
my
for
thing.
the
I feel like
dogs.
if you're a celebrity, you go two ways. You either like get a trainer and like they're like so well behaved, or they're like getting so spoiled that like that dog has never seen a day of training. So like I'm curious to
No.
know like
They're wonderful.
Thank you so much for coming and divulging everything. This has been so much fun.
Thank you for having me. I'm such a fan.
I never
are
thought I
fans.
wanted this much like doggy tea. It was so good.
I
it's the
know.
best.
It's like I know I don't ever talk
I'm
about
like
this
kind of
stuff
sad
really,
that
but
we
it's
have to, like,
LA.
I want to do
It's
this
LA.
for the next 4 hours. We have a lot we could talk about. And tell us, both of you guys, tell us like where people can find you, your socials, everything, podcasts, like, because you're just
Will
both
you be
so
a guest
cool.
on my podcast?
Sure.
So I have a new podcast called Expanders, and Expander is someone who shows you what's possible. And as a playwright and someone who does a full show dedicated to the impression of their mother, I need to talk to you.
Done. you guys
So
just made me work a
that's
deal
available
while I
on
was here.
Spotify, Apple
You're welcome.
Podcasts, and then you can find me at Jess Rona Grooming everywhere.
Jess Rona
I'm
Grooming.
also starting a YouTube channel, so
Nice.
for pet parents. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll invite you to my parties. I promise.
Thank you.
Same with you guys. I'm Danny Franzese. You can find me at What's Up Danny on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, blackpeoplemeet.com, JDate, Farmers Only, and Venmo. And just follow me there and you'll see all the good things I have coming out. Or you can follow Yash Jesus Pod. That's with two
Jesus.
S's, YASS Jesus Pod. Or yashjesuspod.com if you want to listen to my podcast.
Obviously, you can find us at Overheard LA, Overheard New York, and we'll see you next time.
see you next
Bye.
time.
Thanks for having us.